personalities.
Hi, I'm Cathy Cash for the Cathy Cash Show. Tonight we actually had a great discussion with the fabulous Floyds, you know, my fam, and a couple, an older couple, that had been together for only 3 years. And we had a roundtable discussion. It was great. A lot of different opinions flying, but respectful. And we had a good understanding, a little deeper understanding of where the Floyds are coming from. And well, of course we know the Floyds live a polyamorous lifestyle. And Cynthia and Ira Ross don't. So we're having an interesting conversation tonight about the contrast, and we're just going to jump right back in it because I have my own opinion too. Polyamorous. I got the word out. I got a lot to say about that. The Floyds, don't get me wrong, I love them. Eric Floyd's my brother. And Wanda, the goddess, special human being. But polyamory ism is a little much for me, personally.
I'm Eric Floyd, patriarch of those fabulous Floyds. I've been in a polyamorous marriage for 31 years, knowing my wife for 35. That's right, almost 4 decades together, living polyamorously. That means we have multiple women in our marriage who all live under the same roof with us, share our beds, our lives, our businesses, our homes, and it's been nothing but blissful.
Eric, you were saying before we went to break that the 4 wives, the honesty, the openness.
Well, we have friends who don't always agree with us, don't share the same lifestyle choices, and we don't mind. As long as we're all branches from the same spiritual tree, I think we can get along. But today, we had a particularly interesting, exciting, and igniting roundtable conversation with a senior couple of new friends, IRA Ross and his new lady friend, Cynthia.
Well, Cynthia, you guys are exclusive to each other.
Yes.
And you've obviously expressed that you have that in a non-polyamorous relationship. So what's the difference? Why?
The difference with us is we are into one another. Okay. We love one another. Not Joe or Jim over there or Mary or Jane across the street, anything like that. No. It's just Ira and Cynthia. My name is Cynthia, and this is
Ira.
Ira. We met 3 years ago. Now, with me, I am a Christian. Okay. I believe in the Lord. I believe that once you get married,
You stay there.
you stay married. Okay. It's not a game. It's real.
My name is Ira Ross, and I've been divorced twice. When I was younger, the woman had disrespecting me, and I say cheat on you. And this is not a cheater.
I never heard of that word before.
Polyamorous.
Yeah. Where'd it come from? I mean, what?
It derives from the Latin words. Poly means many,
Mm-hmm.
and amorous means love. So you
Okay.
have many loves.
Okay.
What makes it different from polygamy, in this country is illegal,
Mm-hmm.
to marry more than one woman,
Right.
legally.
Mm-hmm.
Polyamorism, you all are exclusive to each other, and you all live under the same roof. Now, Ira's been divorced twice. Cynthia's never been married, but has children and grandchildren, and is a devout Christian.
Oh,
She is blessed to have met him.
Yes.
To
Yes.
have helped her
Right.
to overcome her fear. Oh, well, you didn't say anything.
Well,
Oh, okay.
The reason was, she had revealed to me years ago that she was severely molested as a child, from age 3 to about 13, 14?
About 3 or 4 to about 16 or 17 years old.
Yeah. And by multiple
Mm-hmm.
people, a babysitter, a cousin. I mean, so sex to her was unfortunately something bad.
Yeah.
The way it was introduced to
Because
her.
it was forced upon
It was
her.
forced at 3 years
Right.
old.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I knew this psychologically because when I first married her, when we would go to bed together, those molesters were in the bed with us because she kept talking about them. She'd have night sweats and nosebleeds and wake up always in her sleep afraid and like someone's chasing her. She's running. I'm like, Wanda, it's okay. I'm here. So I knew in my mind, you know what? Sex to her has become something that has trapped her and it made her a prisoner of something bad. So I said, you know what? I've got to help her free herself. I said, listen, take back your power. Sex was forced upon you before. Now, if you want to experience something sexually as an adult woman, I'll go with you and I'll protect you. But what do you want to do? And for a year she said no. And one day she woke up and said, I thought she was going to say no again. I said, so if you want to try something, then just let me know. She said, how about you and your friend Rod? I said, Rod? Why my friend Rod? Why Rod? What are you going to stop at Rod for? Rod? What Rod for? She said, well, I was thinking, it was me, you, and Rod, to see how it goes. I said, sure, okay. So I pick up the phone. We had rotary phones back then. I said, Rod, it's me, Eric. Listen, Wanda said, why don't she'd like to try a threesome. Hello, Rod? Rod? Rod?
Not gonna do it.
I don't see how they could do it. But to each his own. But, I love them. And they have a good understanding. What I do respect about it is the honesty.
We had a beautiful dancer, Thomasina, from the Dance Theater of Harlem, 19-year-old ballet dancer. Could put a leg behind her back, about her head. Okay, you're getting a little bit too excited. I had this man had a stroke over there. She could put a leg all the way back. Oh, it was amazing. It's like a pretzel. Okay, so we have this week-long blowout. I won't bore you what happened on nights number 4, 5, and 6, and 7. Even the Lord rested on the 7th day. But I ain't God. So we went on.
7 days.
We got to the 7 days, and I said, okay. If you didn't like it, we don't ever have to touch this subject again. What do you discover? She says,
We need to touch this subject again.
there you go!
I only have one concern. Maybe one. Don't get me wrong, I like Eric's wives. I'm just saying. Time will tell. I just got my brother's back. But Wanda, she's the legal wife. Okay. That's all I gotta say.
Because he presented to me fertile, nurturing soil, and I felt safe because
Right.
and what I've been through with the molestation,
Right.
I never felt safe.
I understand.
But don't you think you guys this whole situation is not the norm?
It's
I mean,
the norm for us.
Particularly interesting, exciting, and igniting roundtable conversation. Our 35 years to their 3 years.
When was this the first woman?
The first one?
Yeah.
The first year of our marriage, we were exclusive to each other.
Yeah.
And Wanda was becoming a very sexy, glamorous rapper at the time. She was rapping very provocative lyrics. Never nothing as lascivious as Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj do now. She wasn't that kind of classlessness. But she was rapping about double entendre stuff she had never done. So one day I said to her, listen, I worked as a teenager on toured Broadway shows. I was on a TV show Fame. I'm like, why don't we just, I know I've had a more active sex life than her. So I said, why don't you let me know what you want to do, what you're into? A question most guys would never ask their wife or woman. And she said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, obviously you want to experiment, don't you? You want to try some other things? No. So for the first year of our marriage, she was like, no, a good girl, but I said, listen, I'm not judging you. You are still a good girl. But I want you to be honest with me. You're a very sexy woman. You're a very provocative image. If you want to experiment and try some other stuff, you're a nurturing, fertile soil. I'll go there with you. And if you don't like it, we'll have to do it again.
You say that because you wanted to
To
experiment?
experiment?
No, I wanted to experiment.
But she wouldn't admit it yet.
Right.
I only said it because
Yeah.
I could read her. I
Oh,
could
you
feel
felt
it.
that.
I felt it.
I I met my close love here, and we clicked. And before we met, I asked the Lord, I said, you know, I don't mind being, you know, by myself, okay? I am happy, you know. But if you feel that I should have someone, then you put someone in my place, you know.
When I met Cynthia 3 years ago, it's working. I love her and she loves me. We work together and we do things together.
Ira, Cynthia,
Yes.
what is your definition of unconditional love?
Unconditional love means that I would love Ira no matter what.
Other woman he brings into the marriage. Perfect! There it goes! That's unconditional love! You can't say unconditional love with a condition that nobody else can support.
I'm blessed. We are blessed, and we are very happy together.
If you don't love, it creates problems.
As long as he respect me, love me, take care of me, I'll take care of him. I would cherish him in sickness, in health.
And in the
Anyway.
arms of another woman. Let's see how that goes. Work with me, Cynthia. Work with me here.
I can't go there.
Even though it's in the Bible.
I can't go there.
You
no.
said you were a good Christian.
I am. I can't go there.
You just skip over those places in the Bible. Oh, we're gonna skip that. We're gonna skip that. I'll be damned.
She's trying to stay a good Christian.
They've been together for 3 years and are much older than us. I think she's in her 60s and Ira might be in his, I'm sure, 60s or early 70s. I didn't ask.
You, Ira?
Unconditional love.
Me and her.
Ira and Cynthia.
Ira and Cynthia.
There it is.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G. First comes love, then comes marriage. Then comes Cynthia with a grandbaby carriage.
Okay, Wanda, Mr. Eric Floyd, 35 years. You guys give us something.
That's
What
a
is
long
your,
time.
that is a long time. What is your definition of unconditional love?
Unconditional love to me is love without conditions, without barriers. That's why it's so easy for me to love many, because I love everybody the same within the relationship. And I don't love this one because, you know, I don't go, well, I can't love you because, and it's without jealousy too, and insecurities. So, yeah, that's what unconditional love is.
Unconditional love without jealousy and
And
insecurity.
insecurities, yeah.
That's good.
I often get asked, do I love one wife more than the other? And my answer is always the same. Due to the fact that I've met Wanda or others earlier than the others, I can love Wanda longer, but I don't love her any stronger than the other women. That would be unfair to them. Why should a woman join and infuse herself into my heart and our household if she knows she's number 2 or number 3 or number 4? Every woman wants to know that they're number 1 with whoever they've infused themselves with. Remember, they're not just married to me, they're married to her too. So yes, because of when God introduced us 35 years ago, I've loved Wanda longer. But I don't love her any stronger than I do Alexia or Caribbean. No, I don't. Charisma. That's unconditional for me. I'll end it this way. God is love, and love is God. If God has no beginning and no end, then love should have no beginning and no end. Because God and love are the same exact thing. God has no conditions, no limitations, no ceiling. God is infinite, everlasting, everlasting. And love should be the same way. That's why it works for us.
No judgment.
Judgment.
When I say that, it's because you created an environment within a year's time and set the stage for her to feel that comfortable with you in a nurturing marriage. Is everybody capable of doing that? With the marriage, there you go.
No.
With marriage being like it is now, 50-50 divorce
I just
rate.
think people have a hard time being honest about their sex lives.
That
I
part is
told
true.
all women in my marriage that men will talk a different way when they're not with women. If they're at the pool hall, the barber shop, and all men get together, you could be surprised, horrified by the things you hear. Well, you know, I do this with my wife, but I got to do this with my mistress because she's the mother of my children. I can't have a sucker and eat my because that's my wife. You know, I can't kiss my wife. My side. I'm like, oh my God.
He's interesting. Eric, I'm just saying, what
Just be honest.
What can you tell them to create an environment that they could be that comfortable?
Because men must break the cycle that they've seen their fathers, grandfathers, their uncles, their older brothers do of lying and cheating
Hiding.
and creeping and sneaking and lying and cheating and creeping. Just be honest and tell a woman if you like to have a tongue, that's what I'm into. Suck because I like it, but don't be afraid to say, well, listen, this is what my wife and I do. We have boring, safe sex, but I go over here, my mistress, and I get freaky with her because now you've dishonored your marriage. And I'm sure somewhere both of us share the belief that a marriage, whether it's polyamorous or monogamous, should be based and rooted in the foundation of honor. Honor thy wife. So honor means being honest. Just be honest about what you're into and go for it.
And the beautiful thing about me and Eric is that when we see a beautiful woman,
We
both go
ooh,
together.
Yeah. Never. Don't be looking at her like that. I saw what you.
What? You don't love me?
That's right.
You don't love me
No,
anymore?
because I can only love either her or you. I got two eyes, right? One can be on you and one can be on her.
I think that's what is so profound and what's so unique about it. I don't know. OPP just ain't me.
What about you, Kathy? Have you been married?
No.
Have you been in love?
Yes.
Where is he?
Put it like this.
Or is she?
It's he.
Okay.
And like Lana
Lana Turner.
said,
You going back?
I like the boys like me.
Okay.
Next question.
You ain't said nothing. She ain't said damn thing. What does that mean?
Like I said, I love the honesty of polyamorous relationships. And, you know, I love Eric Floyd, I love Wanda Dee, but even monogamy, it's like, I get it, but I don't get it. I can appreciate your polyamorous lifestyle. I can appreciate your monogamous lifestyle.
When you were with your significant other at the time, did infidelity break it up?
Well, kinda, sorta. But it wasn't by him.
So you were hot in the ass.
See, she's polyamorous. She just don't know.
See, most people are. They just don't want to talk about it.
Are you really monogamous? That's the $1 million question. So, the contrast of it all, one versus the other, good conversation tonight. But this isn't about me. This is about you guys. No, it makes you think. One versus the other, I don't know where I'm at. Haven't figured it out yet. I'm still trying to get a man. Well, if it's Ira and Cynthia, and say someone else comes along, Jane and Mary,
She gonna get cut.
and you have those still the same
She
problems.
gonna get cut.
Well, let me tell you
Do you
this.
think you'd be open to the polyamorous lifestyle?
Flip her wig today.
There are other females that do try to slide and, you know,
To the left, slide to the right.
you know, or talk to my man here, and I had to put them in place.
Oh.
Okay, I will let them know. No, I don't play that. Okay, yes.
She put the Bible away.
And picked up the Smith and Wesson.
That's right. Put up a strap.
That's right.
Nothing's about to get in the Bible.
That's right.
I don't mess with yours, so don't mess with mine.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
You tell a woman to turn the other cheek.
Exactly.
So you can kick her in that too. She want to get both sides. Put matching footprints on both cheeks as they leave.
Exactly.
Ira, have you felt this type of defense from Cynthia when another woman comes around sniffing for Ira? Have you seen her in action?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Make you feel special?
Scared.
Especially scared.
Or do you feel like she ruined the Saturday night? You know, Cynthia, just imagine the possibilities. You, me, and Sarah together.
No.
Aw, live a little.
No. No.
Polyamorous, monogamous, to each his own. But I do like honesty. Wanda, how would you still handle the same situation with Cynthia?
What's
In
that
a- in a-
situation?
In the polyamorous lifestyle, when other women that are not the chosen women comes trying to slide to the left, what do you do?
Hey, for me, if I like what I see, then they can slide on into the left.
She will assist them in their sliding.
I'll oil
On
up
this
the
way,
bottom of
yeah.
their feet so they can slide on in.
You gotta love the Floyd.
A family that lays together stays together. She won't amen that though. She just said, all right now. She will not amen it though.
He is my partner, my lover, and my everything. And I love him very much.
I love her very, very much too.
And we work together as a team.
That commonality, you have that, so there's no strife.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
But I admire these two.
Yeah.
Of course.
They're new in my life, but because I know them through you and how they've treated you and how they've treated me in their home, I love the both of them because I can feel their heart. I feel the honor and honesty amongst them, and because they know how to love the Lord, they know how to love themselves, they know how to love each other, that's why they know how to love you and me. And that's why they're our family.
And when we get married next month, we will invite you guys.
Really? Now you do know, I hope you know when we come, we're going to throw wild rice. It's going to be wild rice.
All right.
Oh, sure.
All right.
We've had a fabulous time here with the Fabulous Floyds. And we've had a great time. Great open discussion.
I won't throw minute rice, I promise. You don't want to have no minute man. I won't throw minute rice.
Aaron, a wonderful discussion with Cynthia and his partner, soon-to-be wife, IRA Ross. Soon-to-be wife, Cynthia. And thank you for joining us. Honesty, there it is. I'm sure you folks out there want to comment and put some input into the Floyds and their lifestyle. I know you guys have more to say. And they're gonna be back at the CATHY CASH show. Trust me, they're coming back. Three's a charm. So if you have any questions for them or you wanna see them back as soon as possible, I want you to get in touch with me on my social media at CATHY CASH, Twitter, CATHY CASH Radio, Facebook, and let me know your comments, because I will ask them the tough questions. And the wives, the tough questions. Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm sure you got a lot to say.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Listen up.